Hey everybody, welcome back to TiaTV. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Tia. I'm an accountant. I'm studying for the CPA right now, and I'll start working for a Big Four accounting firm January 2020 as an auditor. But today I'm going to be talking about the PhD project. I feel like this is something a lot of people don't know about, and I honestly didn't know about it until probably my grad year, or probably like my senior year of my undergrad year. And so I definitely wanted to give you all some information because I just came back from the conference. So let's go ahead and dive into TiaTV, y'all. First thing first is the PhD project is for doctoral business students. Do not let that deter you. When I was at the conference, it was people who got their undergrad degree in something other than business, but they're still a part of this PhD project and are now teaching as business professors. So the PhD project is for minority students. So that was very big for me, going to this conference and seeing other students like me. So that would be Black/African Americans, Hispanic/Mexican Americans, and Native Americans. And so being around other students that looked like you and wanted the same goals as you and wanted to become a professor and get their PhD was absolutely amazing. The experience was nothing but amazing. So you have to fill out your application, and if accepted, your hotel is paid for, your airplane fare is paid for, your meals are paid for, and your transportation to and from the airport is paid for. So you're basically going to a conference for free. I technically went for free because I didn't have to pay for anything. But there are some people who had to pay a $200 registration fee. The reason I didn't have to pay that is because of my professor. My professor's like, if you put my name on your application, you won't have to pay this $200 registration fee. So I was like, okay, cool, put your name down and I'm in. I didn't have to pay for nothing. I don't technically know how that process works. I don't know if it's like any professor who's a part of the PhD project can have a student put their name down. If it's just one student that can, I don't know how it works. I just know he told me to put my name down, put his name down, and I won't have to pay the $200 registration fee. Now, if you do have to pay the $200 registration fee, if you enter a business doctoral program within 3 years, you get a refund on that $200. But even if you do have to pay that $200, pay that $200. What is $200 compared to your hotel, your airplane, your meals, all of that? So yeah, pay that $200. It's definitely worth it. I definitely got a lot of information. So I'm just kind of break down my days and what I thought throughout the days and stuff. So the first day was Wednesday, which is mainly your travel day. The conference really didn't start till about 5 that day, but they had a GMAT session. This is very important if you want to enter a business doctoral program. So I went to this program because I didn't have to take my GMAT for my master's. My GPA was high enough for me not to take that GMAT. So I was like, ooh, GMAT, I ain't got to do it. You know, I ain't worried about that. Yeah, I got to worry about it. But at the conference, guess what I got, you guys? This huge GMAT book. I don't know if this is like for just one like study thing or like if there's multiple books. I don't know, because I didn't look into the GMAT at all. So that's something I have to do when I decide I want to pursue my PhD. But this book, we got this book for free, you guys. For free. And these materials are expensive. Like, I thought the CPA exam was expensive, and I'm not even paying for my CPA exam study materials, just like the exam fees, and it's killing me. The GMAT is like $250, so that is more expensive than the CPA exam. So these tests be leaving your girl broke. But yeah, so we got that. So I went to the GMAT session at 2 o'clock. It started at 2 o'clock. And I definitely got a lot of information about the GMAT. So the GMAT consists of quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, analytical writing assessment, and integrated reasoning. And the quantitative reasoning and verbal reasoning is what's going to determine the score that you need. I would say for a good competitive score, I would be in the 700, 750. and it is very, very high. I know, but you know, we can do it. We can do it. There's 3 different orders you can choose to take your exam. So that's good. With the CPA exam, we can't do that. It's just test lit 1 through 5, and I hate that. But with this, it's like once you start a question, you have to complete that question before moving on. Like you can't go back, so you have to answer that question. So I guess pros, cons, but if you want to get your PhD, this is something you're just going to have to tackle. Some schools do accept the GRE. I think I've heard that's easier than a GMAT. I didn't have to take that either. So I'm learning about these exams is kind of what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to kind of research and things of that nature. But I just gonna give you like a basic understanding. So I went to this GMAT session for 3 hours. After the GMAT session, you register at the conference, and then you go to like a welcoming buffet. And so at the registration didn't take long at all. You basically got, I kind of show y'all because I'm like looking through this book. So this book, and it has the schedule, so the conference agenda. It has to where you can reflect throughout the day as you go through your different sessions, the presentations, who's all speaking, what are they doing, the conference attendees. So it's over 100 schools who attended this PhD project fair, and you got to had a chance to speak to these schools. So it has all of them in there, the university reps, so you can get their contact information. It has the research journals, because that's what getting a PhD is all about. It's about research. So it has that in here. Funding sources. It has a lot in here. I mean, this is a really, really, really thick book. Like, thick book. And they also had like another little packet for Friday, which broke you down into your different sessions. So like accounting, marketing, managing, all of that. So at the welcoming buffet, they have like different areas of different types of food. So you just like go grab what you want, go grab dessert. They also had like wine and beer, water and stuff like that. So that was like key because you didn't have to pay for it, you know. But so they had that there, and this was basically networking. So you talk to whoever. There was professors there for you to talk to ask questions. There was university reps there. This was your chance to network. So I would say if you for sure know you want to get your PhD, this was your chance to stand out before the fair, the PhD project fair. I kind of got to mingle with some people, which was amazing because I kind of stayed with them throughout the conference, and then I met another group of people the next day, and I was like hung out with them, and like we have our own group chat now, so we're like talking, mingling, supporting each other. Like it's amazing just how quickly you get to meet people and get their contact information and automatically just start leaning on each other. So we basically just like talking to each other, like where we're from, what our degrees are in, are we studying for the CPA, have we already passed the CPA, just things of that nature. We had a professor actually come up to us, talk to us, and y'all, you make bank. Like, I don't want that to be a reason for you to get your PhD, but I know that's the question that is asked, and yes, you make money. Like he said, you're at least starting out with 6 figures, at least. And some of them make like way more, like in the 200s or 300s, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I want to see these zeros in my account, you know. But so yeah, they talked about that, and we'll ask them like about their PhD program, what school did they go to, where did they teach at, did they have kids, were they married. These are all factors you have to consider if you're thinking about getting your PhD. It is, regardless, especially if you have kids and you're married, it's going to be harder because you have to like, okay, I now have to talk to my significant other. Like, what if we have to move out of state and for my PhD and then move back home before, you know. So if you are married, these are things you're gonna have to talk about with your spouse. If you have kids, especially if they're little kids, okay, who's gonna watch my kids? Am I gonna put my kids in daycare? Do I have family members in this area? These are just things you have to think about. So that's that. Next was the full day. We had a full conference day, and breakfast started at 7. which I was kind of late too because I was tired. I was so tired from my flight and everything. I hadn't had no chance to rest. I didn't rest the night before, so I was in bed by 10:30 that night. But so breakfast started at 7 and the conference started at 7:45. Let me get my handy dandy notebook. So I don't want y'all to miss any information that I'm want to give y'all, and I can't remember all of this information because it's a lot of information, so excuse me. So we had a welcoming, we had a PhD project overview. So they talked about the PhD project, they talked about the sponsors, who sponsored them, things of that nature. So the first thing was setting the stage, and this explored the different paths on how to enter a PhD doctoral program. Then we had a break. You get breaks after that. They're like 15-20 minute breaks. Go grab a snack, go use the restroom, things of that nature. Then we had like the secrets of a successful applicant. This is very important. I mean, you need to have a good resume. They said work experience wasn't really needed, but I think it's a good plus. I do think so. But it's not needed, so don't stress about that. If you're like coming fresh out of undergrad and going to your PhD, that's cool. Do that. Like, congratulations. Like, you don't need a break. So your resume, your application, your personal statement. Oh yeah, we talked about that personal statement, and boy, I think my PowerPoint slides are in here, but I don't want to go exactly through them. But if you have questions, definitely email me. So like your personal statement. When we think about a professor, we think about teaching. Oh, I want to teach. Don't say that in your personal statement. You need to be talking about research, because a PhD and being a professor is about this new body of knowledge and about being a scholar and adding new innovative ideas to your profession. You know, so that's what it is. It's about the research. When you go into a PhD program, you're going to mainly be doing your research. So, you know, just put that all that teaching you want to do, just put it on back there. Yeah, there are more so predominantly teaching institutions to where you can probably go teach at or go to school at. But I would say to really compete, you need to have their research like up here. Like, you need to be able to, like, if I'm going to compete, I need to go to a good research school, get a good job. You can kind of be more flexible. I know the school I graduated from, I asked one of my professors, like, okay, is this more of a research facility or is it more of a teaching? She said it's about 60% teaching and 40% research. So even though it's a little bit more teaching, their research is still very important. Next, we had people who was already in doctoral programs speak to us. So it's kind of like a panel, and they all gave us like first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and then now on the other side. That was really nice because you got to see like the entire, like, oh, okay, I'm a first year, this is what I'm going through. I'm second year, this is what I'm going through, and now I'm on the other side. It's great. Like, it's worth the investment. So that's what we got to see. Then I had the fair, which is what I went to. It was so many schools, y'all. I didn't even get to talk to all the schools because I didn't even plan on being there that long because I knew I didn't want to get my PhD right now, but I knew I wanted to talk to some schools because I wanted to get some information and, like, you know, especially the schools I would think about going to. But by the time I finished, y'all, it was almost 6 o'clock and it was almost time for dinner. I was like, are you serious? I've been in here for 3 hours. So yeah, you have 3 hours to talk to, I guess, as many schools as you want to, which I don't suggest. I would suggest have your top schools, go talk to these schools, and then I'm like, okay, what's my next set of schools I was thinking about going to, go talk to those schools. Making it through all over 100 schools, I mean, I feel like if you do that, you're not really putting any value in the schools you talk to. You're just like, okay, hi, my name is this is what I want for, like, this is what I'm looking for, this and this and this and that, and then you're moving on. No, you need to make your face recognizable, memorable. You need to make them remember you. So put that value in yourself as you're going to go talk to these schools. Like, you just want to have those conversations to where it's just not, oh, here's my name. Asking basic questions. Think of your questions before you go to this. They had a statement of purpose session. I didn't go to this because, I mean, I was just learning about all of this information. So I hadn't even started on my application on that because I don't plan on starting now. I mean, I'm just now starting my career. So I want a little bit of time to work. And I want to do forensic accounting. And so I want some time to be able to go into forensic accounting. Since I'm starting as an auditor, I want to be able to go into forensics before I pursue my PhD. So after that, they had a reception, they had dinner, which was like a nice sit-down dinner, you know, business professional dinner, things of that nature. Another time for you to be able to mingle, and this is kind of where I met. I sat with 2 girls that I'm now in a group chat with, and like we literally clicked off, and we had the best night that night. But I'll talk about that later, maybe. Later that night, they had a session about balancing your family. I didn't go to that. I was so tired, and I don't have a family, so I was like, there's really no need. I do plan on going back to this. So if I decide, okay, this is when I want to get my PhD, I'm gonna go back to this. So when I go back, I bet you all my stuff is gonna be ready. Like when I talk to these schools, I'm like, yeah, I already applied. So you know what you're looking for. If you're looking for me, like seriously. So I'm glad I went. So that night, like I know y'all probably like, what did y'all do? Things of that nature. Actually, I say the first night it ended at like 10, but some people stayed and talked. People left early. I know I left probably like around 8ish. I literally left, showered, you know, got ready for the next day and went straight to bed. By the time my roommate came back, I was knocked out. The next night ended at either 9 after dinner or 10 after the next session. But actually, me and a couple of girls, we went downstairs, we mingled, we chatted, we had drinks, we left. We left the hotel, and we just kind of got to, I ain't gonna say explore Chicago, because I wouldn't say we really explored Chicago, but we had some fun that night. We didn't get back till like 3 in the morning, yeah, and we had to get up the next day like around 7. So next is the last day, and this is when we were traveling back home. And this is when we was in our breakout session. So I went to the accounting session for the first 2 hours. Yeah, I didn't make it to breakfast that morning, y'all. When I didn't. I had a late night the previous night, so I skipped breakfast and just went straight to the session. Basically, you have these professors or doctoral students, and they're basically telling you why you should pursue a PhD in accounting, marketing, management. They had other majors, finance, economics, all the business. If you're in business, they had it. They had something for you. So I went to the accounting session and got a lot of information. People asked questions. And so that's what we did the first 2 hours. And then afterwards, did we have a break? I feel like it was a break. Yeah, we had a break. So after this, we had a break, and I just went up back to my room to get all of my stuff to bring down to like the luggage storage area. And then we had another session. This is basically like closing out. They had like people who graduated with their PhD this past year. They had like a little graduation ceremony for them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I want to be up there one day. You know, I want to be able to say I'm doctor. You know, I'm a doctor. Not exactly a medical doctor, but I'm a doctor of philosophy. So I do want to have that title on my name one day. I'm always like pushing for the next best thing for me, and I definitely didn't think it was going to be a PhD, but it's looking like it will be. So yeah, that day they had like a closing out session, talking to us, recognizing people, things of that nature. And then you get to leave, and my flight was about, I was boarding like around 2ish. So I stayed and talked to some people I met for a little bit, and then I left to go ahead and get to the airport and stuff. And that really concluded the conference. I'm probably like missing out some stuff because it's just a lot of information. But that was pretty much it. And so, am I planning on entering a doctoral program now? No. I would say give me a few years. Just because, for one, I need a break. When I tell you I went through school throughout, like there was no breaks for me. Like got my undergrad, graduated early, got my master's in a year, then start studying for this CPA. I need a break. I am tired. And so once I work for a few years, then I'm gonna look back into getting my PhD and going to this conference again. So then I'm gonna start preparing myself because I got a lot of knowledge that I didn't know about. And so I can start preparing myself for the best, you know, make sure everything is key, talking to my professors, getting advice, things of that nature. And hopefully, you know, I enter to a school, a really good school, and I get a really good job after. Yeah, when I don't want to give my certain age, but give me a couple of years. Give me a couple of years. I say close to 30, around 30-ish. And then y'all probably, ooh, that's kind of old. No, there was people that are in their 50s, 40s. There was people younger. There was people ages all over, y'all. All over. So don't let age be a determining factor at all. Do not let age deter you. Like they said this. If you're, you know, you're going to be 50, because it's like typically 5 years, but some is 4. You're still going to be 52. Now, are you going to be 52 with the PhD and now able to teach and you making 6 figures? Or are you going to be 52 still doing what you was doing 5 years ago? That's up to you. That's your decision. And so I'm not letting age deter me at all. I still have the rest of my life, hopefully, you know, God, that's what God says. But I still have the rest of my life, so I'm not letting it be a factor for me because I know what I want to do. If you can bring that academic experience and real life work experience to the classroom, that's amazing. That's what I like in a professor. I like to sit there and you're not just telling me what you learned from the book. You're actually telling me this is what I did and that's what I want to do. I want to be that minority professor in a classroom at a PWI for that minority student sitting in my class, because that's what I had and that's what I want to do for somebody else. So that's what I want to do. I just can't wait to do that for somebody else, because I'm still in touch with my professor. So I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, I need help with this. Like, I would text, you know, I text to my professors before I went to this conference, and while I was there, my cousin has his PhD. He did his PhD in 3 years. Yeah, super duper smart. I wish I could be like that. And so I would like call him and talk to him, because he's in finance. So it's like accounting and finance, even though I hate finance, y'all, but he's in finance. And I'm just like being able to use all my resources while I'm at this conference. And I'm able to call on them like when I start my process, like, hey, can you look up my personal statement? Can you write me my letters of recommendations? That's important. If you're not even in contact with your professors, you just graduated and just left, y'all. I done went through the entire accounting department, I feel like, for a letter of recommendation multiple times. I was like, and I kind of like rotated out because I don't want to keep asking the same person for a letter of recommendation. So I kind of like, okay, I asked this person last time, let me ask this person next time. That's how close I was with my professors. So you just kind of have to do that. You just kind of have to stay in touch so you can go back to them like, hey, I need a letter of recommendation, you know? And they talked about that, like what to ask, like what to give them. But I never thought I would teach. I never thought I would become a professor that will even be on my mind. I said I would never teach. I said, I'm not about to teach. I do not want to be a teacher. No, that's just not what I want to do. But I never thought to teach at a college level. And that's something different. And the other side of it is the research side, which will be the challenging part for me. I would definitely feel intimidated by their research, how much they talked about research there. You have all these resources to you when you go to this conference. You're able to get a lot of information. And like I said, y'all, I wasn't even going to go to this conference until I wanted to get my PhD. Like I said, I barely knew about the PhD project. And I was like, okay, I don't want to get my PhD right now, but maybe I'll go later. I'm so glad I went now. And I will pay money to go the next time, because they only pay for you once. I'll be trying to do a dip and get all free. They only pay for you once. And so I would pay to go the next time because it was good. I had a lot of resources towards me. And I also feel like that would be a great way for me to enter into a PhD program, actually going, like, all the schools are right here. They're right here. And all you gotta do is go up and talk to them and make yourself valuable. Heck, sure, I'm gonna go pay again. Like, I'm gonna do that. If you even have the slightest bit of interest in getting your PhD, go to this conference. I think it's PhD project. I think it's .org, but you can just type in Google PhD project and it'll pop up. They have it every year in November in Chicago. Every year. Go. Like, I have my little shirt on. But yes, go to go. Any slight interest, please go. But that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to give you guys kind of an overview. If you have any questions, email me. Please email me, because I will either answer them, or if I can find you somebody who needs, because they have like contact information in this big old thing. So I'd be like, who? You need to talk to a marketing professor? Let me find them. I'll be like, here, marketing, this is the university rep for Rutgers Business School. Boom. Like, you know? So just ask me, please do. And also, I have never heard a professor say they're regretting getting their PhD. They love how flexible it is. They love that they get to spend time with their families. They love that they get to make their own schedule. Sometimes they're able to even just go at home and researchers come at work for 10 hours, just, you know, teach their 2-3 classes, however many that they have. Some people do teach more. But yeah, I've never heard anybody say that they regret it. And I feel like this is the best investment that they made in themselves. So definitely put it on your mind if it is even in the slightest bit of interest. Thank you for watching TiaTV. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please email me if you have any questions. Bye.